The Gauss law, if you apply for different charge distributions, what are the various equations that we obtain from the Gauss law? That is psi equal to closed integral d dot ds for only one surface integral. But if you apply for line charge, if the Gauss law is applied for line charge, what are the equations for volume charge? For a different charge distributions, what is the Gauss law? What are the equations? A simple equations that we go for now. The first one, if the charges, if there are number of charges, only one charge we assumed a charge q, a point p. Okay, it is the charge q. Only one charge is there, that is the equation. If the number of charges are there, if the number of charges are there, q1 and q2 and q3, q4, like that in any closed surface, a number of charges up to n charges, q1, q2 and so on, qn, charged enclosed by that surface, then total charge q equal to q1 plus q2 plus q3 plus and so on up to plus qn. That is known as summation or sigma qn. Sigma qn we can write. The total charge inside of any closed surface is summation qn. Summation qn is the total charge. If a line charge is there with the line charge density rho l, instead of a charge q, if there is a line charge, if there is a line charge with the line charge, a line charge is there inside of any closed surface, a line charge plus q having line charge density rho l, having line charge density rho l, a line charge is there, then we can write psi equal to q. That is the Gauss law. That equal to q can be written as line integral rho l dl. Already we know that what is the different forms of for line charge, what is q. If you integrate, the total charge is obtained by integrating the line over the length line or over the length rho l dl. That is the formula for line charge density. Psi equal to q equal to, now Gauss law is for line charge density, it is q equal to rho l dl. If the surface charge is, suppose the charge is replaced with, line charge is replaced with, if the charge is replaced with rho s, that is surface total charge equal, total flux equal to q equal to surface integral rho s ds. If the charge is volume charge, inside of any closed surface is volume charge. Suppose in the closed surface we are having volume charge, a volume charge is like this we are representing. A volume charge, it is a differential element dv. We can write the Gauss law is for volume charge is psi equal to q equal to rho volume integral rho v dv, where rho v is the volume charge density. How to obtain rho v? Total volume by total, what is the rho v? Volume charge density. It is total charge by total volume. Total charge by total volume gives volume charge density. That is Gauss law applied for different volume charge densities. We can obtain psi equal to q equal to rho v dv. That is volume integral it is. Okay. The common form of Gauss law we are mathematically is, the common form of Gauss law which is represented mathematically is psi equal to q equal to surface integral, closed surface integral. It must be remember, closed surface integral is important. Closed surface integral psi d dot ds, that also equal to volume integral rho v dv. This is the common form used to represent Gauss law mathematically. This is the important formulas. Simply how to remember, we have to practice it. This is the mathematical representation of Gauss law, common form. If there are more than one charge distributions, లైన్ ఛార్జ్ వాల్యూమ్ ఛార్జ్ రెండు ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, లైన్ ఛార్జ్ ఉంది వాల్యూమ్ ఛార్జ్ రెండు ఒకే సర్ఫేస్లో ఉంటే నెట్ ఛార్జ్ ఈస్ ఆల్జిబ్రాయిక్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ ఇండివిజువల్ ఛార్జెస్. ఈ టూ ఛార్జెస్ని యాడ్ చేసి మనం ఇక్కడ తీసుకోవాల్సి వస్తుంది. if there is a closed surface such that there are no charges, enclosed, but there are charges around the surface, then net flux over the surface is 0. If there is a closed surface, there are no charges, ఇక్కడ ఏం చార్జెస్ లేవు అనుకోండి, నెట్ ఫ్లక్స్ బికమ్స్ 0. బయట ఉండేది కదా, బయట ఉండే ఛార్జ్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్స్ తీసుకోము గాస్లలో. టోటల్ ఫ్లక్స్ ఈక్వల్ టు టోటల్ ఫ్లక్స్ లీవింగ్ ద సర్ఫేస్. ఓకే, total flux is total flux leaving from the surface, that is the Gauss law. The Gauss law in integral form we can represent as in the last expression psi equal to d psi equal to surface integral d dot ds, that is the Gauss law. If such a closed surface, it is a closed surface integral over which the integration of this is applied for a surface is called Gaussian surface. The Gauss law is given by psi equal to integral d psi equal to closed surface integral d dot ds. This equation, if you apply for one surface, irregular surface or closed surface, that surface is known as Gaussian surface. The Gaussian surface over which the Gauss law is applied, that surface is known as Gaussian surface. The surface over which the Gauss law is applied, it is known as Gaussian surface. This equation we have to apply for one surface, that is known as Gaussian surface. This psi equal to d psi equal to surface integral, closed surface integral. It is a closed. Without this closed integral, the Gauss law is invalid. Closed surface integral d dot ds. It is very important to note that it is d dot ds is closed integral of d dot ds, that equal to q. That is the Gauss law. It is the mathematical representation of Gauss law or integral form of Gauss law. Now we go for what is Gaussian surface. The Gaussian surface is where the equation we applied. ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ ఎక్కడైతే అప్లై చేస్తున్నామో క్లోజ్డ్ సర్ఫేస్కి, that surface is known as Gaussian surface. It is also called as special Gaussian surface. It is also known as special Gaussian surface. The surface over which the Gauss law is applied is called Gaussian surface. Obviously, such a surface is a closed surface, and it has to satisfy the different conditions. What is Gaussian surface? The surface may be irregular but should be sufficiently large as to enclose the entire charge. Surface irregular aina undachu. What are the conditions for Gaussian surface? The conditions for Gaussian surface is the surface may be irregular. But it should be closed. The entire charge ను close చేస్తూ ఉండాలి surface. Next, the surface must be closed. It should carry the total charge. Second point is the surface may be irregular. That is the first point. The surface must be closed surface only. At each point of the surface, d bar is if you consider the surface at any point d bar is either normal or tangent to the surface. At each point of surface, if you consider any point ds at any point p, our differential area is s ds, it is normal or tangential to the surface. At any point of the surface d bar, ఈ సర్ఫేస్ ఏ పాయింట్ దగ్గర తీసుకున్నా ఇట్ ఈస్ నార్మల్ టు ద సర్ఫేస్ ఆర్ టాంజెంటియల్ టు ద సర్ఫేస్. టాంజెంట్ అంటే ఏంటి? నార్మల్ టు ద సర్ఫేస్. ఇట్ ఈస్ అ టాంజెంట్. ద ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫ్లక్స్ డెన్సిటీ d bar is constant over the surface. Next, third one is d bar is tangent to the surface or normal to the surface. D bar is normal to the surface. It is a normal to the surface. Next point is the electric flux density d is constant. ఒక సర్ఫేస్లో ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫ్లక్స్ డెన్సిటీ d bar is constant over the surface at which d bar is normal. d bar నార్మల్గా ఉండే ఏరియా టోటల్ ఆ సర్ఫేస్లో electric flux density d bar is constant. Electric flux density d is constant. That is the special Gaussian surfaces. The Gauss law where we are applying, that is known as Gaussian surface. And what are the conditions? What are the conditions should be satisfied? One is the surface may be irregular. That is the one point. The first point is surface may be irregular. The surface may be irregular. Second one is the surface must be closed. And at each point, the third point is at each point d bar is either normal or tangential to the surface. D bar is either normal or tangential. Normal means it is a tangent. Next one is, fourth one is the electric flux density d bar is constant over the surface, at which d bar is normal. Okay, these are the special Gaussian surfaces conditions. What is Gaussian surface? That we discussed in this session.